Hello, everybody. How the heck are ya? Who's ready for some GKR Week 2 action? Do you like a guy named Mohamed Light? Do you think he's fun to watch play a mobile game called Clash Royale? Well, guess what? He's playing today. Are you also a fan of some of the Japanese superstars? Guriko? Raiki Jones? Guess what? They're playing today too. Calalas. Rising Sun Esports. Oh yes, and also Calalas has some other gangsters. Adriel, Lucas, Ruben. What a lineup, folks. What a lineup indeed, and we will be here to see it happen live on stream. That's right, we are fully live today. Not a replay, not a makeup stream. Just you and me enjoying some Clash Royale live on stream as it happens, the moment it happens. And I'm here with you. Hi, everybody. My name's Rich Slayton. You probably know that if you're here, since we're not hosted somewhere. This is just us. And we are live today on both YouTube and Twitch. Welcome those of you on Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch often these days, but when I do it well. The Seed asking, hello, Rich. How are you? I'm well. Had a phenomenal week, a really fun weekend. Doing something I've never done before, which is... Actually, no, that's not actually true. Doing something I've only done once before, which is casting Clash of Clans. This weekend, if you guys didn't see it, I did the Superverse, where I casted Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and Brawl Stars all together. Not usually my thing, but it was super fun. Taking a look, stats after 1 week of play, or standings, not much. So 4 teams have 1 win, 4 teams have 1 loss. That's about how it should go. After 1 week. It'd be weird after 1 week of play if that wasn't accurate. If somehow some other team had way more or way less. That would be wild. But 'tis not the case. These are the standings. And okay, the win rates. Are you surprised here? Mohamed Light 3-0 to kick off his GKR Fall Split campaign. Ta right behind him. So far, so undefeated for these teams. Let me just make sure I'm on the correct... Am I on the correct? Oh, yes, I do. I do. One moment, folks. I'm just making sure that my iPad, my backup device, is in here. Is in clan, and it is. Take a look at our lineups. Set number 1, the 3v3 BO1 set, will be Adriel versus Airsurfer, Lucas versus Raiki Jones, and if necessary, Ruben versus Spring. And then the second set of the day, Ruben, Adriel, Mohamed Light for King of the Hill, Guriko, Ta, and Airsurfer. They need to get Airsurfer a Rising Sun jersey, I think. You know what I mean? And then set number 3, Mo versus Guriko. If we get there. If we get there. Also, I am now realizing how wonderfully photoshopped I think some of those images are. Looking at the bands. GKR, a lot of bands. And the bands today. Goblin Giant, NATO, and the Evo Barbs No Building Band by Calalas. Rising Sun. Magic Archer, Barb Barrel, Bomb Tower, and the Evo Recruits. Just banning all across the board here. So, the Remy deck is out for its what could have been its last hurrah. Gone. Bait gone. Pigs get a buff with the Bomb Tower out. Again, lineups and bans all together. Goblin Giant. Lucas was running the, oh, what's that what's the super duper cheesy Sparky deck? You know what I mean. You know which one I mean. You know which one I mean. He was running it yesterday in the push for a #1 finish. In the push for ranked, for glory. What is that deck? I cannot remember. Either way, hey everybody. I hope you're excited for today. No matter where you're watching again, dual streaming today. Let's go ahead and turn this music down a little bit now that we're getting a little bit deeper into our stream here. Hey, Rich, love you. Mwah. Thank you, Anonymous. Kisses. Where does this event get streamed on? Here. This is where it gets streamed on. It gets streamed here, and then also on my channel on Twitch. So this is what this is. That's a weird question. You're watching the stream, and you ask, where does this event get streamed? Very strange. Oh, easy. Let's go. Perez, hello to you too. Agony King's deck says Mr. Cena. Mr. Cena, who was in the event that I cast this weekend, the Superverse. If you haven't watched it yet, super worth watching. I'm casting alongside Courage JD, and me going in on Brawl, Clash of Clans, and Brawl Stars. And I'll say this, I was pleasantly surprised. Not pleasant. I worked really hard. I've cast Clash of Clans one time to fill in for an ESL broadcast when all the real Clash of Clans casters were out of the country doing a major for them. And then I used to cast a solo showdown tournament on my channel for Brawl Stars. But since then, I've not cast either, and I worked my butt off this last week, really gearing up to be better as a caster, to learn how to be a good caster for Clash of Clans and for Brawl Stars. And guess what? I did them both. And I think I did a pretty darn good job. When start the first match? It should be coming live to us here in any second, no name. Messi or Ronaldo? Is that even a question? Smurfblade, are you caught up? Yeah, this is it. We are live. We are live right now. And you know what? I'm excited about being live with you guys. Adriel and Airsurfer, let's go. And a lot of bans. I think Piggies are going to be strong with the barb barrel out, with the bomb tower out and barbs out, and looking like Airsurfer might go Pigs with this flying machine pick. No surprise, Adriel running Fireball, so he has a shot at stopping those Piggies. Fireball out, so Airsurfer goes right in with the Pigs. I understand with Fireball being out, going in hard with the Pigs, but there is an argument that maybe you should have done it in a slightly different fashion. Maybe go both lanes. Which arena in Clash Royale are you, Rich Slayton? I never think of it as arenas. I play Path of Legends. I haven't put that much effort into pushing Trophy Road, to be honest. Maybe I will one day. Not going to get the mortar on tower. Airsurfer more than ready. Mr. Cena saying, oh, Evo barbs are banned. Mr. Cena pointing out the Mr. Problem. And it's not that barbs are banned, but the Evo barbs are banned, but Airsurfer put him in the Evo slot. He could have played them. Big problem. The Seed pointing out that flying machines can be annoying sometimes. Yes, especially if you lack a Fireball. But here, this should be a GG. Unless those are the wrong bans. But as far as I'm aware, those are the right bans. No, those are the wrong bans. That's a graphic error. They both banned Evolved Royal Recruits. So Rising Sun did not ban Evo Barbs. They banned Evo Royal Recruits, and that is a mistake on the graphic. So that might be, hold on. Yeah, that was a graphical error. I'm not in charge of all these things. Airsurfer playing on stream with the string he has. Those are strings hanging out from his hat? Don't those get in your vision? Jack, aren't those in your eyes? Did I play against Mohamed Light one time in Clash Royale? Probably not. I don't think I've ever played against Mo. Would it be okay if Airsurfer doesn't actually play Barb a second time? Maybe. I don't know how I actually don't know what their rules are. If it's in deck or either way. This is GG anyways. Adriel with a good read here. He goes, hey, bomb tower's out. Pigs are strong. Let's stop pigs. Nicely done. Hopefully they go fix the graphic. No, still wrong. That's the Evo Barbs graphic. They're still getting it wrong. Hold on, I'm letting them know. Yeah, no, both sides are supposed to be Evo recruits. Someone's just clicking the wrong stuff. All right, game number 1 for Shot Calalas and Adriel. Up next, Lucas versus Raiki Jones. Haven't seen a lot of Raiki play. Here we go. Now they're fixing it. I'll come out here. I'll come out here while they're. I'll give them some privacy to get the graphics fixed. And while we're all here, I'm assuming that everyone who's here is a subscriber on this YouTube channel. If you're not, if you're just somehow finding this by your search parameters and you haven't subbed yet, come on and sub. That would be a nice thing to do. That would be a great easy way to. Oh, also you can like the stream. The more you can say stuff in chat. Johnny Boy saying Starlight greater than Mo. This is the most what have you done for me lately game. Here we go. What do you think about Juicy's performance on Saturday? It was awesome. Juicy was great. Who is Starlight? Starlight got number 1 on ladder on ranked this last season. And apparently getting number 1 on ranked one time makes you better than the all-time GOAT. Hey, Show in the building. Get any lightning blocks lately? Better player, I say, says Johnny Boy. Just try the. So there are only 2 options here. There are 3 options here, Johnny Boy. Either this is a troll, and you're just trying to get engagement. Which, hey, if you're engagement farming, well done. Option number 2 is that you don't know what you're talking about at all, and your opinions are very wrong. Or option number 3 is that you've gone temporarily insane. Those are the 3 options. But the idea that a person would say that out loud intentionally is wild. And they still, I'm trying to communicate with them. But they still are getting this a little off. Who else do I... Lava Loon is lava losing for the moment. You're very angry? Oh, no, I'm not angry at all. I'm just pointing out that your opinion is wrong. You have a bad opinion. He might be better with splash yards specifically. Yeah, that's a good point there, Smurfblade. No, I'm not angry. You can hear my voice. I'm not angry. Just pointing out that claiming that Starlight is better than Mohamed Light is a false statement. But if you're saying he's better with splash yard, that might be a fair statement. All right, they have fixed the graphic, as you can see. EVO recruits are there. Let's go. And a nice little fire breezy to sneak on through here. And good lead for Lucas with a pretty quick cycle Piggy's deck. A nice little chip. Oh, this is going to be a huge problem for Raiki. GG, but well played. I say bye to your tower, because it is gone! And that's going to be a quick 2-0 in the opening set for our now still leaders in this competition. What do you think about Evo Bats? I haven't played with them yet. I know they're coming out. They're coming out today, right? I know a lot of policies keep them out for like 2 weeks when there's a new card introduced, but I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm asking the League Ops right now whether Evo Bats are allowed. They are allowed. Okay, Evo Bats are allowed. Let's go. Rich, if CR has so many players, why are there so few pros? Isn't this because they're just that good from the start? Is this because they are just that good? Why are there so few pros? Well, there's not a ton of money in the professional ecosystem. And also, there's just a huge... The gap between top 10 to top 50 to top 100 to top 200 is so massive. It's just so massive, especially when you're talking about when you have to have depth of deck pool, you're not just a one-trick. The skill gap is so huge. So, you know, when you're looking at that, when you're looking at, like... why are there so many? Aren't there so many pros? Well, there's only so many spots in pro and semi-pro competition, and the 99.99999999999% of people aren't good enough to come even close to earning one of those limited spots in any pro competition. I mean, there's a reason why it's the same people in monthly finals consistently, right? Or why why it's mostly the same people at the top of competitions, because there's a difference to this thing, right? Like with anything, there's only a limited number of people who are going to be good enough to be at the top. Like with anything. Let's see. Lucas the Lava Deterrent? Sure. At least Lucas didn't sleep like in Juicy J's stream. Yeah, bro. That was hilarious. All right, here we go. Heading into our King of the Hill set. Let's take a look at the lineups here. Ruben, Adriel, Mohamed, Light, First Shot, Calalas, Rising Sun, Esports with Guriko, Ta, and Airsurfer. I feel like people expect Evo Bats to fit in quick cycle operatives like minor wall breakers. They do expect that to happen. They might be better in like Loon Cycle, but people are saying they're terrible. People are saying they're really, really bad. And instead I see Evo Bats hitting toxic decks like Lava Clone, Giant GY, or Giant Sparky Swarm Spam. Yeah, probably. Bart saying skill cap is mostly because top 10 players count Elixir right and keep up with the opponent's cycle all the time. Most top 10K players can't do that. No, I disagree. I don't think it's mostly about... I think those are two skills that are important, but I think most people are doing those two things pretty well, especially the second one. I think the top 200 players is A, not making mistakes, staying really focused, right? Most players make simple mistakes. And B, I think, honestly, I think what separates the top players from everybody else is probably more macro than micro, right? Like, I think it's understanding how to play matchups, being able to make adjustments in how you play it on the fly, and then having that, with, and you talked about the really top players, having the depth to do that with a variety of different decks. Is Mo Light playing, says Mustafa on the Twitch chat. Yes, he is. If we get to him, we'll see. Balances aren't live yet, says Smurfplay. That's correct. Did I ever read Dog Man? I don't know what that is. Yes, and that's a good point there by Smurfblade. Card and Elixir counting as a skill, yes, but understand how to abuse that is another matter entirely. Exactly, and I do think that if the deeper... I've been casting professional level Clash Royale now for 6 years. Right, this is my sixth. This is the end of my 6th year. Started in 2018, and you know, it used to be, hey, like, when I first started playing, I was like, hey, being really good at elixir counting and tracking cycle is like the thing that really makes a great player. But everyone who's any good at this game at a high level does that well. And then I started thinking it was micro. Oh, like, hey, have you learned all the interactions? And you've got all these interactions totally dialed in. But then how does that explain a situation like Mohamed Light, who's dominant in a way Mugi isn't when Mugi has better micro? And the more I really looked at this game, the more it comes down to, hey, do you really understand the macro? Do you understand how to play every matchup, and matchups maybe you haven't played before, or matchups you haven't seen necessarily? Are you good at making that adjustment on the fly? Are you good at changing how you're going to, and yeah, just has to wave the white flag here. Are you good at changing how you're playing that? And I think that really is, in my opinion, the biggest thing that defines a top-tier player is playing the situation properly, making good decisions. I don't think micro is just instincts. Micro is skill. You have to drill some micros, but you have to drill out of that micro. Zap meta incoming, says Tech Gamer. Maybe bats aren't that good though. Well, maybe I'm the only top 1K player who can't count Elixir or track cycle. Ha ha ha. Well, I mean, counting Elixir isn't like knowing exactly whether they have 5 or 6, but it's knowing generally, right? Like, do they have like 1/3, 2/3 are full, right? Just keeping a general idea of like, oh, did they just spend all the way down? It's not like knowing exactly their Elixir at all time. If you can't track cycle, like track what they're playing, that seems kind of crazy to me. I think that's like you might not be doing that actively, but you might be doing that passively, because otherwise you wouldn't be holding onto the card that counters their win condition, things like that, or playing your win condition when their counters are out, that sort of thing. March or dead, we'll see. We'll see. Do I think the bats should be buffed? I don't know. And Smurfblade, I think, was making the point I was about to make, which is the vampire bats are cool, but not a useful feature in this kind of game. Exactly. The only thing that can make them useful is the fact that once they do, I think that once they get like super all the way to their, I haven't played with them enough to understand their mechanics, but I think once they get fully healthy, that you can't small spell them anymore. That does make them more annoying. It's like Riley versus Ian. They're pretty close in terms of skill, but Ian's macro game is way better. Yeah, macro is the game, bro. I don't know what Dogman is, Elias. I know you keep on asking about that. So no, I haven't read it. I have no idea what that is. Looking like RG from Ruben. No surprises here. And Smurfblade, I think the logical buff is to have them spawn with full health. That might break them too much. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, should these Evos be broken or bad? And I think that they're kind of playing with both ideas right now. Mustafa asking, are the players free to choose the cards for banning? Before the match, the two teams, as a team, whether it's the coaches or players making the choices, however they decide, before the match, the two teams submit their bans blind. They submit their bans without knowing the other team's bans. Once the bans are both submitted, then they each get to see their opponent's bans, and then they start their deck building from there. These bans are permanent for the first two modes, for set 1 and set 2. They do not apply to set number 3, the dual mode set, since dual already limits your card choices game by game. Was there a prepared stream on YouTube before this live? I set it up very late. This stream was scheduled. I didn't schedule it until later. I heard Riley and Ian are going to attend CRL Finals this year. What are they going to do exactly? I don't know. Hang out, do fun stuff? What would you do if you went to CRL Finals? And here we go. Pump, E-Golem, Evo Barbs, Night Witch. This is a fun bit of nonsense. Big lead for Toss so far. And hey, E-Golem gets a big buff with Bomb Tower being out. E-Golem, Jonah might have a season now that Bomb Tower is going to be since Bomb Tower is going to be less powerful. Is this going to be the season of Jonah? Look at that. Evo RG going boom boom. And so far it's 4-0 in favor of Shot Calalas. 4-0 so far. 4-0 no. I just want Morton to win once. That'll be a dream come true. Yeah. If I am rooting for anyone specific at World Finals, it is Morton. I will of course always do my job as professionally as possible when I'm doing CRL, but that one would definitely mean something for sure. That would be special. Doesn't look like Evo RG. Yeah, no, he was playing the Evo Knight. Smurf Blade. The Evo Barbs are a big component of modern Golem decks. And those got a significant nerf. That'll also be that's a good point. That is a good point. But are there other things that could pop up? Whoa, why is my... Oh, hold on. My laptop is not plugged in, and I did not realize that. 1 second, folks. We almost lost power mid-stream. Where's the... Oh, boy, that was close. That was really close. We almost lost power mid-stream, team. That would have been a big rip. My laptop wasn't plugged in. All right, can Ruben get the King of the Hill sweep here? What do you think? Let's go. Would the stream have suddenly stopped the laptop? No, well, technically the stream would have been open, but there would have been nothing here, right? It would have just been an empty screen because the stream, like, it would have been you've been streaming. It would have been a black screen. Rolls of sushi, good save, thank you. Yeah, whew. What do you think of the current Sparky Lava meta? Not my favorite, but can be fun to watch, but I don't like playing in it. Yeah, it's the Evo. Was I saying the Evo RG? Was I saying that over and over again? Might have been misspeaking because I'm doing a lot of things at once, as it happens sometimes. Why does Enosis team choose not to ban a card? Maybe this isn't a waste of opportunities. Maybe. I mean, it depends on what you want to play with, right? Like, since these bans are very specific, right? You ban a troop, a spell, a building, and an Evo. Maybe you don't want any buildings banned or don't want certain buildings bans. But I'm not, by the way, I'm not the one producing like the feed that you're seeing now. That's coming from GKR. So for whatever reason, Airsurfer's face that was up there like that is hilarious. Don't know why that happened. Ian made top 3, right, on ladder, on ranked? Is that correct? I think Ian was top 3, and he did it, as far as I'm aware, with, like, Hog EQ Tesla. Oh, no, Ian finished top 7. Ian finished 7th. But Ian finished 7th with Hog EQ Tesla, which is interesting. Now that Bomb Tower's disappearing. And that's an important point. Bans are global. Ashraf, I don't know why they don't let you see last season's rankings anymore. I think that when they were doing the programming, they didn't really think about how important that was and just it was an oversight. I don't know if that was the reason, but I think it was just an oversight and one that they are going to correct eventually, but it's like low priority as far as corrections do. Rich, did Andrew leave hosting? I liked Andrew and Rich. No. Why would you think that Andrew left hosting? We just did Royale Masters this last week, yesterday. A little high on the Tesla there from Airsurfer, so that's going to be... Is that enough to get through? Not quite. 1982. To 1738. Ruben's just not getting good opportunities to break through, and it's going to be hard with Fireball rather than EQ. Evo Knight high. Tesla going to try to get around the Earthquake. Tesla is outside of the Earthquake range. That is a nice catch, but I think this is going to be a pretty clear... Ooh, wait a second. Does not get the one, but the Evo Knight gets on the right-hand side. 1768 to 1518. The log is going to be a problem. Hog does not hit, though. And does this. Can he? Cannot get a hit. Ruben might need to go Hog in the back, Hog up front. I need to get like really weird and creative here. And he might be in the cycle position here to win this. The log. Can Ruben's Fireball get there in time? And I don't know if Ruben's... No, it's not going to do it. GG, well played. Nicely done. Airsurfer prevents the King of the Hill sweep. Nicely done. All right. Let's see. Let me go back and look at the chatty chat here. Next up is going to be Adriel for shot Calalas. See if Airsurfer can get through Adriel and get us to a Airsurfer Ruben or Airsurfer Mo matchup, which would be super fun. Let's see. I was just trying to check up with something. I guess because Andrew's not here, they assume he's gone forever. He's never here on the GK. GKR is just me on my channel. It's not like an official. It's not. We're not even hosted in game for this. You know what I mean? It's just a community event. Hey, Rich is a non-pass Royale buyer. I think Evo shards are too hard to get. There are 7 Evos already. I just don't think I just got my second one unlocked. I think they should add more shards in Path of Legends. I don't know what F/E means, but like an other. Should they add more? I have said that I understand that monetization is a part of the business model of Clash Royale. I think that the monetization of the Evos is too aggressive. And that every Evo, basically my opinion on the Evo monetization is that you should be able to unlock quickly by paying money, right? Given that that's kind of the business structure they have. So like, I think putting it in the $15 Pass Royale to unlock pretty much immediately is fine. But I think that people should be able to unlock every Evo. It should take you about 2 months to catch up. Maybe 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to catch up to an Evo. So hey, like if you want to get it now, right? But the Evos being something where even if you're grinding, you are, multiple Evos behind, like 4 or 5 Evos behind, that's too much. So I think every Evo should be accessible. It should take significantly longer, but it should be accessible to where you're not insanely far behind all the time. If your game in top lane season finishes during a match, does the win count? No, it does not. Will they nerf Hog? I keep seeing Hog Earthquake. No, they're not. Hog is balanced. Let me scream it from the rooftops. Hog Rider is balanced. Hog EQ is just a good archetype, and in this specific matchup with all the bans, including Tornado and Bomb Tower, it's even stronger. It took me 2.5 months to get 1 evolution. Yeah, you should be able to like keep up with every evolution after about 6 to 8 weeks. Like it shouldn't be you take 2.5 months to get 1 evolution and then 2.5 months for the next evolution. You know what I mean? It should be you're able to keep up with it somewhat. Let's see. I also am surprised that they haven't instantly done something like for ranked like they did in GTs or even in-game tournaments, where there's a downtime where players can't cube any previous entered match will count. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 4 shards for Evo will be balanced. I don't know if the change in number of shards is the balance thing they need to do. Zenko saying, Rich, the Superverse event was nuts. I agree. It was super fun. I really want to do another one of those. I really enjoyed casting both Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans. I'd love to do more of both, especially more of like Town Hall 11 Clash of Clans is surprisingly fun, like a blast to cast. So I really enjoyed all of that. Preach, probably the most balanced card in the game. Yeah, Hog Rider is super balanced. Hog Rider just seems imbalanced if you are someone who wastes your defenses and elixir a lot. Similar to Mega Knight. But definitely Hog Rider is balanced. Airsurfer behind Adriel now, 2103 to 1459. And we've seen, I mean, this deck has been getting popular for a while, especially since Mo favored this version of Minor Wall Breakers for a bit. But I feel like it's gotten in bigger popularity now that people saw the incoming Magic Archer nerf. And obviously with Magic Archer out, it's even Magic Archer and NATO, it's even stronger here. Hasham saying, why do they play Evo Knight in RG decks? Because Evo Knight is so strong. And Evo RG got nerfed, and it's not that strong comparatively anymore. Develop saying, I think evolution cards sparked a new game interest. I mean, from a business standpoint, they definitely succeeded. From a like community service standpoint, especially amongst the more hardcores, it was, you know, unpopular. But I think Evos overall are conceptually good. Just like anything new that's introduced, they, you know, balance is a challenge. And obviously, in this case, monetization has been a challenge as well. But the idea of Evos are good. I mean, honestly, also from a business standpoint, introducing a way where like you can essentially update the game, like create these new content updates without having to create brand new cards, right? From a dev standpoint, that's actually kind of genius. Like from a biz dev standpoint. Here we go, 15 seconds. Does the RG get a shot? It gets one, 1384 to 1079. Fishboy gets in. Fishboy gets a shot, gets another shot, 1208. Tesla trying to work, fireball one direction. Is there a tick? There's no poison? There's no poison. Oh, Airsurfer didn't have the poison. Didn't get it down. And that's a 78 HP difference, and Adriel finished this things off for shot Calalas. Smurfley pointed out that shards were advertised to be added in Path, but weren't ever added for some reason. Here we go. MKers versus Enosis Esports up next. That was a fun one. All right, here we go. This is what we call. We have 4 minutes until our next match begins. This is our chat time. So if you have things you don't want to talk about, this is the time. This is the few minutes to talk about them. I mean, I've been talking through the casting as well because again, this is my channel. I do what I want. But if you want to uninterrupted talkie time to break things down. The Latak over on Twitch. What's up, dude? As we co-stream to Twitch and YouTube. Unlocked Evo RG first was a good decision. I only have Evo 1. That's the only Evo I have since I'm free to play. Yeah, my mini is an RG account, so I unlocked Evo on there. Worlds. Just saying the word Worlds. Are you going or something, Latak? I know the team doesn't actually what it stands for, but MKers looks like Mega Knighters. Yeah, I feel that. When is Mo playing? Well, I guess not. He's not now because his team just won without him playing. They give 1 wild shard and 3 specific shards per season in a shot. That's why I think they should add more. For example, like in challenges like past. Yeah, there should be more access to shards. Bruno, too lazy. I have a test that he'll be able to pass. Go, A. Don't just pass it, Bruno. Ace it. Ace that test. Let's take a look at our MVP from our first matchup. Ruben. I think that's a fair MVP. Only guy to get 2 wins on the day. Oh, Adriel got 2 wins too. Adriel beat Airsurfer twice. That's a 50-50 call. They should share the MVP award. Let me go ahead and adjust our score here, folks. Boom. Match number 1, victory for Calalas for the colorful cats. Was Molite earlier Kixlight? Yep, same person. He played on Kix team in CRL 2020. I think next evolution card should be decided by top tier players vote. Make it for level 15. I don't know. Do you ever bite your tongue on current drama and sit on the fence, or do you feel Supercell doesn't mind? It might seem like I bite my tongue a lot because I tend to have more moderate opinions, right? Like, people really like it when you're really over the top, right? And so there are some content creators or community members who are like, this is the worst thing ever, and they are thieves and evil people who want to reach into your family's home and take food off your shelves for you to play a mobile game, right? People get really, really, really crazy about it. So part A is, it's not that serious. It's a game you play on your phone, right? So part of my reactions are from that it's a game you play on your phone, so let's all calm down a little bit. And this is a game that I make a living off of. Like, everything, like the house I live in is paid for by my involvement in this game, right? From my casting, my YouTube channel, everything. So I definitely care a lot, but it's not that serious in the same vein. Number two is that I tend to be just a more moderate point of view, right? Like, I'm pretty centrist on everything. So my view on some of this is like, yeah, Evos need some more balance, and they should be more accessible. But also, like, it's not a problem that there is some, like, this game was based off of a pay-to-win structure. I would love it if they shifted to a less pay-to-win structure, but that's kind of how it's built. And the third thing is that I focus only on competitive. So honestly, like, all the pay-to-win concerns that a lot of people have don't affect me at all, because for me, I'm just going, oh, I'm either thinking about max or I'm thinking about level 11. I'm not thinking about anything else. So for me, I only really care about the competitive scene. All right, the competitive scene is my number one priority by far. So all of the, like, hey, am I able to level my deck up enough to be able to play ranked or path of, or like trophy road or whatever? Honestly, this doesn't really affect me or the world that I live in for this game at all. So yeah, I think that they should be. I think that I would like it if they shift. I liked the direction they were taking in 21 to 22, where they were shifting towards making the game more accessible and making progression more, improving progression. And I think that this last year was a regressive step, was a step in the wrong direction. But I'm not, like, over the top angry about it. So there you go. That's my point of view. Yeah, let's keep it objective. Update for losers was really bad marketing. That was a bad marketing call. As the thing too is, like, there's a lot of bad marketing calls from my opinion, from my perspective. That was a bad marketing call. And level 15 just didn't need to happen. And I'll say that I think level 15 just straight up didn't need to happen. I'll say this. If there's one thing I think was a cynical choice that I really disagree with, it's level 15. I think that just didn't need to happen at all. The Supercell says that a lot of people quit the game once they max their favorite deck, and that in having continuous progression for a significant portion of the gaming of the community is what keeps them in. Like, they play for progression. Now, I know that's not how I play. A lot of people don't play for that as their primary thing, but it is from there. That's what they say, and they're the ones trying to work on user retention and things like that. So. Let's take a look at our bans here for MKers and Enosis. So once again, NATO and Recruits banned. Pump out, Lava out, Fireball out. Very interesting, very different little meta. What do you think of Clash of Clans competitive? I had a lot of fun casting Town Hall 11 with no siege. Town Hall 15 with all that stuff would be crazy hard to do. But yeah, Clash of Clans was actually, at World Finals, it was fun to watch. More fun than I thought. Nice point of view. Really enjoy this raw talk. Yeah. Do I think Clash Royale can go on for decades? I think everything 5 years after its release, so there's a new player to join if they know how to advertise the game. They know how to advertise the game, but, like, people like shiny new stuff, right? But I hope this game goes on for another 10 years, especially for, for my career. Here we go. Lineups. AdrianPiedra versus Kazutun, a.k.a. Over, right? Isn't that Over? Mateja versus Sagato and Enis versus Junior. Fireball out. Bomb Tower still available, though. You might see a lot of Magic Archer, but no NATO, so that kind of takes that down a little bit. Golem is super nerfed. Let's see. So my take is that maybe there could be free-to players who could play competitive, but not having all EVO splits with disadvantage. Not talking about myself because of the current EVO meta. If you're free to play, you're not. I'll say this right now. If you are capable of being competitive, then stop thinking about free to play stuff. There is no such thing as being free to play and being competitive. I'm sorry. Like, if you're playing basketball, get nice basketball shoes. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to be competitive at something, just like kind of get out. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm coming on camera for this one, because I'm like, if you're saying you're going to be competitive and you're going to be try to earn money from this game, you believe you have that level, then invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. That is my opinion. So, yeah, I doubt that there are many people who are totally free to play who would suddenly be big competitive stars if everything was easily accessible. If all decks were maxed and all things were accessible. Here's how I'll say this: if everyone had the exact same card levels, exact same access to EVOs, pretty much the same 16 people would be at World Finals. I would be shocked if there was someone else outside of those people who was at World Finals. You're not going to beat Mohamed Light just because now you have a max account. Let me look at Twitch for 1 second here. Who is an on-front-runner you could see making top 5 for Worlds? Let me think about that. Let me go take a look at let me go bring up our World Finals bracket. One moment here, folks. Part of the conspiracy theory, but the update for lose level 15 felt like an undo button for the accidental excess generosity in 21-22. Maybe. I don't know. No surprises on Piggies with Fireball out. Is this like, what is this Rage deck from over, though? What is this Rage deck from over? I will come look at the Twitch chat in just a moment, folks. Sorry, I'm trying to take care of a couple things first. Anyone know what this deck is from over? What is this, like a Loon deck with just, is this like minor Loon cycle with Rage? Lataxane has to be Loon over on Twitch. I hope Hollywood makes a Clash Royale movie. I've been making notes on a Clash Royale. I don't know if you guys noticed, I used to be a screenwriter. I have one script that's been in development for a very long time. Low budget, like nothing. You have to like, probably be streaming only. You know what I mean? And wasn't even one of my good scripts. It was a script I got hired to write. So I've been making notes on a Clash Royale, on a Clash Universe script for a while. We'll see if I ever get into it. Oh, this is over. All right. And over was running minor loot. So there you go. GG. GG. Is Brawl Stars biggest esport for Supercell? I don't know. Maybe. Evolutions of the future for CR, says Devlop. It seems like that, at least for the now. Tech Gamer saying, Rich, I've reached Ultimate Champion. Coming up next, Mateja versus Sagato. Let me go back out here for a second. CLC Esports is fun. More fun than I thought. Rich, have you played Clash Mini? I really want to be global release, even though I think I missed the main window for Auto Battlers. Yeah, I just don't. I played Auto Battlers for a minute, and this is. I think that the genre overall is not gripping to me. I didn't get into TFT. I played the other one for a minute. The one that was based off of Dota. Dota Underlords, I played that for a minute. That was kind of fun. But, like, I just couldn't get into that, into the genre. And Clash Mini just does not tickle the itch for me. New gameplay and strategy means exciting stuff. Yeah, I like that. I think that to me, the ones that are, the EVOs that are most interesting are the ones that change how you play the card at least a little bit. I would love a COC final with 16 teams. That's way too many. Either pay or find a sponsor. Yep, if you're good enough. It's tough to make the argument that competitive and free-to-play don't go together after they did it for many years. I don't know. I don't know about what you're talking. I don't know what you mean by that. This comment doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe there's a translation issue or a syntax issue. Rage gives Loon vibes. Yep. It was Loon. I checked. It was Loon. A Superverse movie would be awesome. Yeah, like it would probably be in the Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, the Clash universe. Let me go over to Twitch here so I can catch up to some of this Twitch chat here. Also, that Not Afraid guy from CRL China. I mean, obviously the 2 separate tickets was controversial at the start of the season, but TBH, IMO still is. It is what it is. People need to stop complaining about it. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Would you say it was the best deck for climbing in the league? That's completely subjective. There is no best deck, everybody. There is no best deck. You know what the best deck is? Whatever deck you're currently facing. Whatever deck you're currently against. Is Surge in this event? Yes. He is going to be in our next match. Or he's in this match. Yeah, he'll be in our second set. Is someone going to win not named Mo Light or Mugi will win Worlds? Could someone not named Mo Light or Mugi win Worlds? I think that Samuel Basoto is a big threat. I think Pedro's a big threat. And I think that I think Sam, Pedro, and Adriel are the biggest like threats outside of Mo and Mugi. And if anyone's counting Morton out, they're ridiculous. What about 2v2 rank? It would be cool, but we've talked about it a long time. They kind of floated and test bubbled it a little bit, and it's not going to happen. Even though I'm 2v2's biggest fan, not going to happen. How about a story based on Clash game like Super Mario? That's literally what we're just talking about. We're just talking about it, bro. Let's see. Yeah, who's going to win if not those guys? Yeah. Yeah, Pedro, Samuel, Adriel, and Morton are the 4 guys besides Mo and Mugi who I think have the best chance of winning the World Championship. But Morton and Sam, like, they start against each other. Right? It's interesting, like, if you look at we'll look at the World Finals bracket at the end of the day, and I will talk a little bit about my thoughts on the World Finals bracket. Maybe I should even do a video about it, but I'll do a little bit of talking about it at the end of the day today, because I do think that there's a lot of interesting stuff to be discussed with that World Finals bracket, and there's one very interesting piece that I think is fascinating. I'm almost getting tired of saying of it, but Mateja, your name is Mateja, not Boji Hertz. As a marketing guy, what do you think about the Twitter rebrand? It's god-awful. It's a terrible rebrand. The whole Twitter thing is a crazy ego project from a guy who really could have been, like, if you just, like, kept us going to space and made dope electric cars and helped us with energy problems, like, Elon Musk could have been the most universally beloved human. And, like, his ego has gotten in the way so dramatically. And I know some of you are like, Elon Musk is great. That's a fine opinion to have. You're totally fine to have that opinion. But, dude, like, he could have been universally beloved as a guy who took us back to space and helped make energy more accessible, more efficient, helped us battle the financial dependence on fossil fuels, and from a climate perspective. And then instead, he just, like, his ego got in the way, and ego's a tough thing. Not as tough as this situation Sagato is facing right now. Stop the ego talk, dog. Stop the ego talk, dog. No, we're gonna talk about ego from now on. What do you mean, stop the ego talk? Don't come on my channel and tell me what to talk about. Why? Why should I stop the ego? Why should I stop talking about the fact that his ego? Are you only saying it because you want me to talk to, like, cast Clash Royale and you're missing me talking about Clash Royale, or are you like, hey, your opinion needs to be stopped? I'll let you get into that first. But my point is that Elon Musk was on the way to being America's favorite person, and for a while he was. Hey, we're going to space. Here come cool electric cars, and then he just, like, had this the whole Twitter X thing. That's all ego. That's all ego. All this, there's so much stuff he's doing right now. Like, you don't need to be. He's trying so hard to be cool and so hard to be the guy when you already were cool. You were the guy, and then you just like, I don't know. Stay like, whatever. If you like him, you like him. But I think he went off the rails pretty hard. His vision to rebrand Twitter is bigger than we see right now. I hope he makes it worth it in the coming years. He basically wants to make X multi-pro slot. Sure, you can adjust the business model of it. I think there's some things he's done that are ridiculous. I think that he's like kind of unhinged sometimes. But also just calling it X is just, it's just dumb. It's just like, it's just so 1990s trying to be edgy, like Degeneration X. It's extreme. Like, get out of here. Nerd. Let's see. Chance of Morton winning championship scale on 1 to 10. 4 to 6 is what I would say. Somewhere in that range. 4 to 6. Is Brawl Stars the best and most popular esport game for Supercell? I don't know. Best is a subjective question. Most popular? Might be most popular. Who does he have to beat in a row? So we'll talk about the bracket at the end of today's stream. He got bullied so hard as a kid trying to overcompensate. Yeah, he's trying to overcompensate it. Yeah, he's overcompensating. And he's got some success, and so his ego is through the roof. Rich, you have Brawl Stars and Clash Guns. I didn't know. Yeah, it's fun. Rich, there's a certain player who is expected to put up a solid performance, but who might let the nerves get the best of them. Well, I think there's some guys who are, again, you know what? We'll save all CRL like deep talk for the end of the stream. I will go through the bracket and give you all like my really all my thoughts on the bracket, and I'm gonna do a full video on the bracket too, but I'll give you guys some deep thoughts on the bracket at the end of today's stream for sure. Do you prefer solo casting or alongside people? They're two different things, right? Like, I don't even call this solo casting, right? Like, with some of these community streams like this, especially this level here, I think of this as I'm more of a host/curator. I'm talking with y'all. I'm doing some casting, some time with chat, whatever. Like, this is they're totally different vibes, right? This is really fun. I really enjoy doing what we're doing now. If we're talking about like really casting, right? I'm dialed in, just doing the action. I prefer to work with someone. I like to have a person to bounce off of. Pedro is my pick for that category of underperforming because of nerves. Ardentoas is also, I mean, Ardentoas had that problem last year. Pedro has some live stage experience he got this year, which is going to be really important. If Pedro wins the first match against Ruben, I think he'll win at least one more match. If he loses the first match against Ruben, it gets real dicey. Fave with a great call. They should rework the banner purchases. I'd rather buy the cool 5 than grind for 16 and never use 11. Yeah, dude. The banner box is the most... Okay, if you want to talk about the feature I find the most annoying, the banner box is the most annoying feature in Clash Royale right now. What is the banner box? What even is that, dude? It's so ridiculous. Just let me buy cool banners specifically or whatever. But, like, the banner box is so weird. And the fact that you can't store banner tokens for next season. Like, there was one season where I literally hated every banner. I was like, I want none of these. But you can't let your banner tokens roll over to the next season. And I was like, let me just earn my banner tokens and then get all the banners next season. What are you doing? Banner box is so bad. There you go. If you guys wanted me to have a really negative opinion about something in Clash Royale, the banner box. You and Andrew have good synergy. Have you played him in CR? Very little. He's in general, he's better than I am. He's always been like kind of a step ahead of me in the game. Rich Slayton, are you a fan of Dr. Disrespect the 2 times back-to-back? I don't really watch any YouTuber or streamer. I worked with him once. I used to be the head of production at AMG, and we did a PUBG Mobile Halloween event. He was fun to work with on that. Gave us some great content. But yeah, like I don't watch any gaming content or any. The only streams I'll watch is I'll check in on like every once in a while I'll go and like check in on streamers in the CR world. But I'm not a content consumer. Like when I'm watching stuff on YouTube, it's very different than this kind of stuff. Oh, dude, your tower. Surge, your tower. That's the Tesla you needed. EQ to defend the Skellies. Skellies to defend more Skellies. That might be, oh, that one skeleton, and then the minions! Stop for Enosis. King of the Hill game number 1. Oh, I forgot to update my scoreboard on my screen. Let's go over here, update my scoreboard. We could be going to 3 sets today. It's not impossible. Yeah, Giant GY, right? What was that graveyard placement? I don't know, but he got it. Oh wait, no, where? Oh yeah, never mind. So look at that surge EQ'd and prevented the skeletons from activating. Yeah. GG arrows, yep. Rich, what are the rules to get creator code? I don't know. I don't know about I don't know about specific rules to do it. I think if he beats Basoto in the round 1, Morton can make it to the top. Yeah, I'll get into all the CRL stuff end of stream today. I'll make a video about it. I don't think that a certain number of follows immediately gets you a creator code. I think there's more factors. There's a wide variety of factors. I don't know Sta. Let's go. Let's learn more about Sta. I really don't know Sta. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some little Royale API here, and let's get to know Sta. Who I think is that account? Yeah, here we go. Sta, 75 points in CRL. That's his only major achievement. 4-time 20 wins. All 4 20-win challenges he's completed to full extent. Has made top 100 on ranked 3 times. Made top 100 on ladder twice. Okay. There you go, Sta. It's not Ta. Ta's on Rising Sun. For those of you who are like, I think this is Ta. No, Sta and Ta are different people. Would they release a new EVE in the month of November because of Worlds? They probably will. That's never stopped them before. Anchor Sharma, what would you think you'd like better? Limited people on chat so you can get to read everything, or huge rushing chat but you get more views? Depends on the event. I don't know if you'll say this topic for the end. Do you think Molite will fall to the lower bracket one more time? Very possible. Very possible, but I think it's less likely this year than last year. But we'll talk about that. Notice you put the 100K plaque up. Yep. Who's your favorite player in terms of personality? KK. He's the only one who answered last year's what do you do with the money question with any fun. Every other person was like, what do you do with the money? They're like, I'm going to save it. And KK was like, I'm going to get a fast car. Vroom, vroom. I was like, yeah, let's go, KK. KK knows how to party. Probably other players, too, are similar. But he's the first one that pops to head, pops in mind. That's a nice, that's a almost nice hog kite. That's a half step early with the hog kite. And that's going to lead to a lot of damage on that left-hand side. Half step early. And Sta just spamming at this bridge. Just hitting it hard. Yeah, it's just Evo night all day, every day. Hog does get one. Hog doesn't get a second. Miner trying to chip to get ahead. Miner will give the 84 HP lead and a Magic Archer lineup. That'll be it. 2 up, 2 down for Sta. Who is Sta? Who are you, Sta? Who are you, Sta? Why is Mugi not playing is a question. I don't know. It's not that this isn't the greatest time of day for Japan, right? Also, maybe it's just not doesn't feel like it's worth his time. I don't know. It's kind of a smaller competition. Maybe some players don't have other Evos unlocked. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what Sta's vibe is, but right now he's vibing pretty hard. Doesn't Mugi have to play on the train for the internet? I don't think he has to. I hate gang at the bridge. Well, run log. Know what I mean? GG Magic Archer, yeah. I wonder, is Marcher totally dead, or is it just, like, weaker? I don't see Mugi in the roster description. That would explain why he's not being here. Yeah, he's just not doing this competition. But Mugi also, like, doesn't compete in everything, right? Like, Mugi kind of keeps it tight. Crazy edits. Yo, Rich, what's up? Yo, crazy edits. You edit anything crazy lately? It's not worth Mugi's time. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of things don't feel like they're worth Mugi's time from his perspective. Need to go. Hey, Devlop, thanks for being here. Good to see you. So, some piggies probably for Sta. And is this the Battle Ram or Ram Rider one? Because I feel like we saw a lot of Battle Ram this weekend with this very similar game. Just know if you log a Goblin gang, first play of the game, you're going to get immediately hit by Barrel Princess. Yeah, fair enough. Then play your knight into it. Good point. No, nothing. Well, nothing crazy. That's the same question. You have the same name. Your name is always Crazy Edits. Change your name to Normal Edits, and I'll ask you if you had anything normal lately. Change your name to Reasonable, but still Impressive Edits. You see where we're going here? Why does this version run Battle Ram? What is it about this one versus the Ram Rider constructions? And that's going to get a connection. There's no stopping that. You're not stopping that Ram. Boom. Kaboom, boom. Latak says, I'm not going to speak for Mo, whether it's worth it or not. I imagine SK shot Calalas pays him well. Yeah, probably. More likely than not. Mateja's doing a good job of protecting his Magic Archer. Right, just getting stuff down in front of it over and over again, forcing more than one response to it. Synergize is better with Bandit and Ghost. All right. Just, it's interesting. Like, you have two cards that need to be spelled off, typically speaking, in the Fly Machine on Sta's side and the Magic Archer on Mateja's side. But Mateja's just doing a better job of the abuse of that card. And part of it is he's been doing a good job of getting the Magic Archer and arrows onto the Flying Machine. And now Queen should pop. No, she goes down. Did she already pop her ability? And that's a flying machine on tower. That's going to be a lot of flying machine damage. And then piggies go opposite direction. You have barbs, but they're a little bit late. Lead for Mateja. And that's a nice extra little ghost connection. I wonder what Evo E-barbs would do. Ugh. Ugh, no. Do not want. Not. Yeah, the queen is also a big part of it. Smurfplay pointing that out, too. Keeping the flying machines under control. And that's going to be a... Oh, the queen chain. Why did that queen retarget? What did I miss? I didn't think a Zappy hit it. Did a Zappy hit it? I mean, that seems like the only explanation, unless like she got pushed back a half step, because that queen should have basically finished that right-hand tower. I grabbed a replay here to see if I can figure out why that queen retargeted it. Maybe it's just as simple as a Zappy hit it. But that felt like it felt like there was, I thought there weren't any Zappies nearby, but maybe I just missed a Zappy. And there we go, clearing all that out. This has just been rough for Sta the whole way. Evo barbs to stop all that from being a problem. Arrows to double clear. And Sta is stopped. You see what I did there? Because his name is Sta. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But you know what? I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it. GG, well played. Kitassyan up next. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and, speaking of let's go ahead and queue up that replay. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. Oh, that's why that happened. Where are you, replay? Replay, where are you? There you are. Let me queue up that replay real quick. I think it was probably just as simple as she got knocked back a little bit, but I do want to see that. Let's go ahead and take a look. What happened to that queen? Some of the low-hanging fruit is the juiciest, says Smurf. All right, so here's this queen walking up the right-hand side. Battle Ram gets in front. Flying Machine goes bye-bye. So queen gets right onto the tower. Right? Doesn't she get on the... Oh, she doesn't... Yeah, no, she gets on the tower here. Did the barb just kind of, like, push her off the tower ever so slightly? That's kind of a crazy retarget. Let's watch that one more time. She's going to get on tower after this little exchange here. Bling, bling. Blang, blang. Gets on tower. And then I guess that barb just kind of, like, mushed her face over that way or something. Weird. Very weird. All right, there you go. Most amount of queens have seen not conflicted ability. Yep. Your prediction on CRL 2023 winner. I know this is going to sound really crazy, but Messi. He's already beaten football, so now he's going to switch to Clash Royale, make a surprise appearance at World Finals, and take the victory. Let's see. Styles going to predict the slime machine. True. That's true. We'll get to our Mateja Kitassyan matchup here in a second. Then we'll vibe a little bit to this music too. Here we go. Right as the beat was about to go in. Ronaldo? No. Guess is no and don't. Yeah, you get it. Rich, how is hog balanced if I'm seeing so much hog? Because the NATO is banned. Mbappe has a shot at Worlds? Nah, beatdown's not that strong. Maybe with the NATO. I don't know. Messi's clearly a cycle player. Ronaldo's clearly a bridge spammer. And Mbappe plays beatdown. And Zlatan plays Goblin, Giant, Sparky, Rage, and he BMs with matchup. We love New Jersey. Neymar plays Golem. Muskie is interesting that she's back a tiny bit right now. Why are you here, Muskie? What brought you back into the fold? Ooh, then who's the control player? I mean, Messi's probably actually control, isn't he? Did I get that wrong? Is Messi a control player? Iniesta. Nice. Nice. Whoa. All right, Kita. All right, get on with your bad self. Playing some Hog Lightning. I don't think it's going to work, but, you know, get it. Shout out to this weird cat face again. Oh boy, that's going to be hogs hitting your tower a bunch. You should stop that from happening. Why are we not seeing any monk these days? Champions overall we're seeing a lot less of because so many champions are mini tanks and don't synergize very well with the Evo cards, which are typically kind of taking up that slot. Monk in particular, I think, is way down because of Knight, but also like Barbs and the Barbs. I mean, I could see some Monk Barbs potentially making sense, but not really. Yeah, just like most of the champions are just don't synergize well with evolutions, just because they take up the same slot in your deck. All right. Can Mateja get the reverse sweep here? It's up to Kazatoon, a.k.a. Over. I wonder what type of player Harry Maguire would be. Good question. Hog Lightning is bonkers. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Super bonkers. Why are you playing Hog Lightning? Why are you doing that? Tossing Plastic has been nowhere today. I wanted to show off. He sent me some discs, which was super cool. But I've not seen him today. Very sad. Harry will be clone. Latak, are you still here? I'm gonna do the we might be doing this CRL bracket conversation here in just a minute. Almost time for potentially our last game, or we're going to go to one more set, as it is going to be Mateja versus Over. Boji Hertz versus Kazatoon. Whatever name you want versus whatever name you want. Guess we're just changing our names here every day. Imagine if each card had its own gear and custom abilities. Yeah, yuck. That's one thing I'm really glad they have not done. And this is close. Like, the Evos are kind of close, but at least it's not, like, secret what they have. I'm really glad it's not all Brawl Starsy in that regard. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Yugi, no. I think it would be sick if you could pick which Inferno you wanted for the game, 1 lock or 5 on, like COC. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. As long as it was like readily, as long as the difference was readily clear, I guess. Right? As long as the difference was one that you could, that you weren't like, hey, is he playing multi or playing single, right? Which, of course, they already have that difference is very readily visible in Clash of Clans. What do you guys think? Does Mateja reverse sweep here? Does he get it done? $520 full saying Andy live. Yeah, we are fully live today. Ooh, man, the defensive Hog Rider is never what you're dreaming about. You never go into this game going, I really hope that I'm playing a defensive Hog Rider today. If that Bar Barrel came in like a little bit earlier, that would have been almost GG. Would have nearly been good game. For those of you who don't know what GG means, it means good game. I'm here to educate the people. JK. Well, that means Joker killing. The one thing Batman won't do. Espira almost gets the job done. Doesn't quite do it. Flying Machine, a menace. A menace, I tell you. Anybody choose single or multi-inferno during the game so it's not as matchup dependent? I mean, getting your deck fully selected before the game starts is a key feature of this game. I am not in favor of being able to actually change your card like that mid-game. I don't think that would be healthy for how I think there'd be a fundamental change in how this game is played, and not a good one. And people go, but matchup is so annoying. Well, again, like, BO1s are going to be dumb for that reason, right? BO1s are always going to be like that. Yet still, the same people make it to, like, have success in ranked pretty consistently. Number 2, I care about competitive, and doing your opponent research and preparing your decks is part of the game there. And also number 3, if you don't like matchup, play Mega Draft. Mateja has to break through. That's the hard part here. And he's now down by about 260, right? My math is all backwards. He's down by 200 plus, and he has to break through, and Over can just cycle spells. Gotta get that arrows on that flying machine, or on the there you go, not the flying machine, on the firecracker. 2 flying machines down. This flying machine will get to the bomb tower, so now it's gonna be second bomb tower down, and that bomb tower getting in range of the left-hand tower, not what Mateja needed. Over holding on very nicely with 30 seconds left. The overwhelm is starting to get pretty significant, though. He goes pigs into that same lane on the right. I would have maybe thought about that going to the left, but you do have the 2 flying machines, and he gets a ton of damage for it and takes the lead by a lot, and I was totally wrong. But he needs to stop this hog. Can he stop this hog? Takes 1 hog shot. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Needs to go in hard. Bomb tower is going to be available. You're going to have to do arrows and hope that you can stay ahead of this. Will the log come down in time? Will the log get there in time? It does barely get there in time! And Kazu-tune! To the tune of log going ba-dum, 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 wins this one by 44 HP. You know, I'm hungry. And I was kind of ready to move on. But who doesn't love a great last second, last spell? Who doesn't love that? Except for Mateja and Team MKers. Who doesn't love that? You gotta love that. Let's go ahead and take a look at la replay of that final moment. Oh, how fun. Oh, how fun. This hog, if it doesn't get those shots, over's over. And now Mateja's just trying to sneak that flying machine through there. Good night pickup, the EQ in, and this log, man, doesn't get much closer than that. Doesn't get much closer than that, folks. And let's take a look at our dual mode matchup. Surgical versus Kitassyan. Tornado said I don't like games with ban cards. Well, I would think this. I think this event would be awful with no ban cards. How about that? Like the Queso Cup that's been happening. Let me go ahead and change the scoreboard here. The Queso Cup, their format is 2 King of the Hills and no ban cards. Right? That's a slog. I don't like it. If you're not playing dual mode, you need ban cards for competitive purposes. If you're not playing duels, you need ban cards. Now, I think duels are better. But if you're not playing duels, you need bans, for sure. Clutch. Yes, we are hungry as well, Rich. Yeah. Well, I just ate 2 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast. Not very much, so I'm ready to add a little 11sies, as the hobbits would call it. All right. So let's put this cat back up here again. This cat's wearing sunglasses. What's better than that? What's better than that? And Surge and Kitassyan about to jump into game 1 of their best of 3. Here we go. All right, Miner versus some sort of cycle, probably Hog from Kita. Probably Miner wall breakers from Les Harjacol Goblin. There are no bans here again because this is dual mode. So the glasses are cool. You should wear them indoors at all times. I love ban cards. At least sometimes it creates a mini meta. We can seed it up better to it. Yeah, but here's the thing is, if you're playing unrestricted things like King of the Hill, the matchups are so random, right? Because it's just a bunch of BO1s. I don't like that. Dual modes lessen some of the randomness. They give coaches something to do. They give players some preparation other than just play whatever deck they like. I still don't know if I like this with Evo recruits. The Evo recruits just slow the deck down so much. Now here it's being successful. But the Evo recruits just slow down what's essentially a cycle deck so dramatically. Here's that cat in sunglasses again. I guess I'm gonna get the pass royale today and try to unlock and try those Evo bats, see what's up. Evo recruits would be so good if you can damage them yourself. That's interesting. Like time when they do their charge. That's actually that's interesting. Evo recruits is a filler card that should never be strong. Yes, I just don't know if I like them in this. I don't like them in this deck. I think this deck, they're funky in this deck, even though they're very popular. But they're also very popular because of dual mode. But I also really hate the sound they make. Oh boy. Accurate. Bomb tower, not great. Not great. Surge doing a good job with timing his recruit cycles, though, right? He's been... It's interesting. Kita has not found really a way to outcycle the bomb tower at all. It's because he has to spend so much elixir on the defense here. Now he finally does it. But no, bomb tower's back in cycle and plenty of elixir for it. It's interesting how well the recruits actually are like balance the cycle, right? That you're still able to cycle pretty quickly. I think this gets past a bomb tower here. No, it doesn't, man. Yeah, I mean, just everything else being 2 elixir, right? The spears, the wall breakers, the log, the bats. You play all this, and then still you're just back to bomb towers over and over and over again. I keep saying, is this when he gets past the bomb tower? And here, finally it is. Log to do a little more chip. 1202. Dude, I should learn how to count. 1202 to 980. It's a lot of Evo recruits on the board. A lot of bats on the board. That's an Evo recruit. Don't let that touch your tower. Kita, look out for your tower. Kita, look out for your tower. Bomb tower does stop the Hoggy. The Piggy. The Hog Rider. I think that Surgical Goblin has this. Because he's just going to cycle back to bomb towers like a crazy person. Like bomb towers are all that he needs, which is the accurate thing to say. And then now, boom, Poison gets the tower. Game number 1 to Surgical Goblin and MKers, which I still don't understand that name. Name still confused. GG says Marcel Pullman. Marcel is here just to watch Surgical Goblin, I've gathered, because he said this is how he acted earlier when Surgical Goblin lost. No! And then he says GG. He has only spoken when Surgical Goblin... yes, here are his things he has said. Is Surge playing in this tournament? Then he said, nice, thank you, which I think was me responding about whether Surge was playing. And then he said, no, when Surge lost. And now he says GG when Surge wins. Kita not really beating this 3-card cycle. Yeah, I agree. He was not. He was not. And now I think he's acknowledging that I nailed him. Only here to see Surgical Goblin. You know what? Whatever reason you're here, I'm happy you're here. Whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, I'm happy you're here. IKCR says, yo. Yo back to you, dude. Yo right back to you. I mean, you've seen the Ian and Riley fans. It shouldn't be all that surprising. Yeah, they aren't here today. I'm actually shocked. Why aren't they here demanding that to see those two? Surge OG Goat. We are here for you. Oh, thank you, Crazy Edits. It feels so good to be loved. Let's get into it. And thinking about the cards that they played in the first round, my suspicion is that they maybe will go... bait? Interesting. And it is bait. All right. It's almost like I've done this before. Almost, not quite. Hey, Rich, did you buy a new iPhone? I bought one like a year and a half ago, maybe? Shape saying, yo, at Rich Slayton. Yo, to you too. Yo, everybody. Surge going bait in game 2. Fire Spirit being out, Log being out, Minera being out. Going log bait, no log. Could be like a spam. This spammy log bait is interesting, right? With the bandit, this has been a thing. Like it was never a thing until this year. I feel. Good Skelly King to get the rascal girls out of there. What do you think would be the appropriate cost for 3 Dart Goblins? Right, we have 3 Musketeers. Mo beat Morton using bait versus RG once and suddenly bait pops up once every 2 duels. Look at that princess chilling over there. No protection. Just going to go ahead and pick up the mortar. I think this mortar is going to be a problem. No, he gets it down. He gets it damaged early enough. Never you mind. Never you mind. He just had no real answer to the princess. Is he? He's not running log, obviously. So is he running no big spell? Or has it just been not, the value hasn't been there? Maybe 8 elixir says Maui Wowie. Cool profile picture. I don't know what that is. That's cool. Minor. There you go. So it is Fireball, and he has not... I guess I understand why you're not using it on the Princess, but there's been some opportunities at the bridge for Fireball value on Princess Plus. A little surprised he's taken so much Princess damage. And now just like, look at all that. Oh, your Fireball's out of cycle. You get your recruits down. Clog that up. Barrel in. You need to stop that, but you can't stop that. GG, well played. Surgical Goblin goes 2-0. And Marcel Pullman. Come on, Marcel. I know you're there. What are you going to put in the Twitch chat, Marcel, to celebrate Surgical Goblin's work? Mateja with the MVP pick. Mateja being labeled the MPV. MPV, the MVP. Marcel Pullman with the let's go! Nice work, Marcel. I knew you'd come in. I knew you'd come in clutch when I needed you. Kita's deck usually has 1 spell. Yeah, I had one. Didn't use it much. What's the best gaming impression you've seen in gameplay? I don't know. And yeah, it's not that Kita wasn't using Fireball earlier. Yeah. But he wasn't using his minor. He wasn't using really anything to get on that princess. Right? He wasn't using his Dart Goblins. Wasn't using his minors. There's your results for the day. Shot Calalas will be 2-0. MKers 2-1. Tomorrow, we're back with OLIMPO Squad versus French SWAT. Tropical Gaming versus Scene Esports. Ninja saying, hey, Rich, you're the best. Thank you. This guy saying I'm better than Mohamed Light. Cool. Congratulations. Go get that $250,000. GG, says Fave. And now, let's talk about the bracket. Because I said we would. So let's talk about it. Let me go to my, where did I store that picture? Where did I store that? I put that picture somewhere. Where did I put you picture? I took a picture of the, I put it in here maybe? Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the bracket. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so that you can see my face and see the bracket. Let's talk about this bracket for a minute. Because this is actually, I'm going to bring the, let me bring the music down a little. Let's bring the music down. Let's bring the music down as we talk about this bracket, huh? Let's talk about the bracket. And we'll just go here. We'll make it a little bit smaller. So I'll do a video on this soon, but let's talk about the bracket for just a moment. Because I think the most interesting thing about this bracket is the bottom half, matches 5 through 8, right? Because the way you look at the way the bracket is put out, I think 3 of the favorites here on this side of the bracket, Pedro, Sam, and Morton, they're all in the same section. And only one of them can make it to that quadrant's final, right, to the upper semis. That's interesting, right? So you're going to have, and I mean, also keep Ruben as is totally live there too. But Sam, Morton, and Pedro all on the same side. 2 of them are going to be down in the lower bracket by the time we hit after this stage, after this round, after round 2 of the upper bracket, right? That's actually kind of crazy. And that also means on the other side, the upper bracket finalist is going to be on this side, or upper bracket semifinalist on this side is going to be Pandora, Wallace, Vitor, or Not Afraid. And I really like these guys a lot. Obviously I'm a big fan of both Vitor and Wallace. But they're not 2 guys who would be first picks for me to make the upper bracket finals. But one of these 4 is going to be upper bracket semifinalist. And then you're in a BO3 against whoever's the winner of this other chunk down here. And that's going to be really interesting, right? Anyone can win a BO3. So there's a really significant chance that Pandora, Wallace, Vitor, or Not Afraid, Pandora, Wallace, or Vitor, is going to be in the upper bracket finals. That's actually is going to be top 3. That's actually crazy. That's pretty significant because of the way that path is built. How do they seed the China players? Let's see. Higher is seeded. I think Higher was the 8th seed, and then Not Afraid was the 10th seed. I think is how that works. I think that's how that works because I think Faust was the 9th seed. I think Higher Faust is the 8-9 matchup. I think that's how that works. So now you see Mohamed Light at the top against Airsurfer, right? I want to talk about this. There was a question earlier about dropping down into the lower bracket. Mo has 2 spots where dropped into the lower brackets most likely. One is against Airsurfer, right? KK did him in the first round earlier last year. I think Mo's nerves will be very different, but Airsurfer's live. Airsurfer can definitely beat him. But I definitely favor Mo in that matchup, obviously. The next one is that most likely his upper bracket semi is against Mugi or Adriel. Ardentoas and Sosa are both very talented, but I'd give either Mugi or Adriel the advantage over Ardentoas and Sosa. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, hold on. Let me just change. No, it's fine. So I give Mugi or Adriel the matchup of Ardentoas and Sosa. So the upper bracket semis, Mo's going to have a hard... If Mo makes it to game 20th to match number 23, the upper bracket semi, he's going to have a hard matchup there against Mugi or Adriel. Both very talented, both super talented, both capable of winning this thing. Will match days follow the same format as last year? There's also a situation where KK played back-to-back matches day 2, which probably didn't help his mental at all. I think it's pretty much the same format. I don't know if how much they're changing, but yeah, it's a 3-day double elimination bracket. It's pretty similar. So yeah, so Mo could lose round 1. He has a massive advantage, in my opinion, over either player he faces in round 2. When's finals? Sorry if you said it. November 24th through 26th. We've been saying it a lot, actually. You know what I'm going to do? Because I've realized I've been having this whole conversation in a way where you can't actually see what I'm talking about. Is I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually open this up. Let me just open up this picture here. And I'm going to do, instead of doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get rid of this. Because this will make it a little bit easier. Yeah, remove that. Remove that. Let's do a window capture. And let's go ahead and just capture, yes, capture that. Right, isn't that what I'm trying to capture? Where is that? Why is that not there? Properties. Why is that not showing me anything? That's weird. Hold on. You know what, I'll just do this. I'll move this up here. I'll move this down here. I'll change this there. Let's just clear that. Let's make this big. And then let's go in here. And I'm going to... let's just... Why is that not doing anything for me? 1 second, folks. And again, I'm gonna do a whole video on this. Window capture, display capture. Let's just do that. Let's capture. No. Yeah. No. Why are you doing that? Why are you capturing that? Oh, that's why. Wrong thing. Let's capture you. No, let's capture you. Why will none of this let me capture what I'm trying to capture? Come on. Come on! Let me do what I'm trying to do here. Come on. That's crazy. Well, that's really... I don't know why that's not working. I'm going to just delete that. I was trying to do... I don't know. It's like not letting me display capture the picture I was trying to do. So, I guess I'll just throw it back in there and we'll finish the conversation. That's very... I have to fix that. That's really annoying. That should not be a problem. Okay. So, what were we talking about? Yeah. Almost none of World Finals is absolutely to predict. I disagree. Mo, I give that 60-40, 65-35 to Mo. Higher Faust is going to be close. Our match number 2 is going to be actually kind of close. Oh, can I just put it on show my cursor on here? Is that a thing? Whatever. Mugi Adriel is close. Ardentoas, actually, you're wrong. Ardentoas, you're right. Ardentoas Sosa is pretty close. Mugi Adriel is pretty close. Pandora Wallace is close. Vitor should beat Not Afraid. Pedro should beat Ruben, but Ruben's life stage experience. Yeah, you're right. Actually, they're all not easy to predict. I was wrong. You were right. These are all very difficult to predict. Let's see. When are they starting? The World Finals? They're starting in November. We're at the end of today's stream. Today's stream is over. We're just talking about World Finals matchups here for a minute. Anyway, we're going to end this stream here in a second, but yeah, I think that Mohamed Light, the danger for him is round 1 and round in upper bracket semis. So round 1 matchup against Airsurfer, match number 23 against most likely Mugi or Adriel, right? I think that's where Mo has the most danger of getting knocked down. I could be misremembering, but I think Adriel faced Mugi, beat Mugi multiple times in the last event they faced. Obviously, times changed. Yeah, I think so. I'll double. I haven't gotten into World Finals prep mode yet, but when I do, it's going to be. I'll have a lot of stuff to talk about there. Mugi or Adriel. Especially if Mo goes down early. If Mo goes down early, my suspicion is that either Mugi or Adriel makes it into the upper bracket finals. Rich, why can't I buy Worlds tickets? What do you mean? If there's nothing stopping, they're not on sale yet. Lucas, KK, they're not in Worlds this season. They didn't qualify. So if Mo loses to Airsurfer, or if Mugi or Adriel gets through them here, obviously they'd be in the upper bracket finals. But if somehow Mo stumbles in these first 2 rounds, Mugi or Adriel should be the upper bracket finalist. And then, yeah, I think that this bottom half, matches 5 through 8, is the most interesting part because, again, of like some major favorites here, Pedro, Sam, and Morton all stuck together. I suspect one of the 3 of them, and Ruben could be the guy, but one of the 3 of them should be here in match 24 against either Pandora, Wallace, or Vitor. Which Pandora, that could make it for a very interesting upper bracket final. Upper bracket final is like really unpredictable. The most likely option, in my opinion, if you're doing like statistics, is Mohamed Light versus Samuel Basoto upper bracket final. That's the most likely option. But also depends on how prepared Sam comes. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of a crazy World Finals. All right, that's been fun. I'm gonna do a whole video on this pretty soon, but not today. I hope you all enjoyed this this little journey. I'll see you back here tomorrow for some more GKR. As always, be excellent and party on, dude. Peace. All right, what's up?